Let's say that our name is Micah, and we've got a company where one of our core capabilities, one of our core service offerings is to help soon to be graduating 8As prepare for what's to come. Well, where do we really go to get that list of companies that are fast approaching this status? Where can we go? Do we have to pay? Is there something out there for free? Well, if you got a service like this or is thinking about it, then that's what today's video is about. We're going to actually leverage a free tool by the SBA, the Small Business Administration, and we're going to show you how you can do just that. So what we see here in front of us is the URL search.certifications.sba.gov, and this is the homepage right here. And we see that we can enter some criteria here. Notice that a lot of these labels or placeholders are from sam.gov, and we can type any of these attributes from a company if we know them, or we can skip directly to the search filters. And if you're listening and not watching, what we see here is some more filters that are location, SBA certifications, NAICS code, keywords, business type, last updated, and more filters. If we click more filters, we see we can exclude firms with expired sam.gov registration. So let's go ahead and click that. Quality assurance standard. These are kind of like your ISO certifications 27001. We see here ISO 9000 series, high trust, things like that. But for the purpose of today's video, let's go ahead and select SBA certifications. And then we see here 8A is right there. Now, when we select that, we see displayed visible on the field that there's 5,021 small businesses that are retrieved from sam.gov, the registrations that are 8A or 8A joint venture. So 5,021, that's, if we did the average, that's almost 100 per state. Well, we just want to export this list and then begin playing around with it. So let's click on export, and then we'll select export results table. And this is where we want to select up to 20 columns to export. So these first 5 are already highlighted for us. Overview information, UEIE. Let's select that. We already got the phone number for the primary POC listed. Congressional district, cage code, year established. I mean, for today's purposes, let's just get right down to it. And this is where underneath the certifications, we see the 8A entrance date and exit date, as well as the certification status. And we see the same for joint venture. We will leave that unchecked today, but know that if you came back here and you wanted those details as well, if this was an offering that you have, you definitely will want that. And there's others here that we can see as well, different primary or secondary NAICS, and then of course, different criteria for bonding. But let's go ahead and export these results, and then we're gonna open this up and start getting it down to where we want it to be. All right, so this is our play set today. And if we see here, we highlight any column, there's 5,022, but of course that first row doesn't count. It's the header information. So it matches our 5,021. Now let's go ahead and highlight each of these columns. We'll double click in between them, and this will just kind of put some space in between here. If you wanted to read about these organizations, which you definitely would, then there's the capabilities narrative and the statement there. But for today, let's hide B, column B, and column C. Click hide. Let's go ahead and select row 1. We'll bold this, increase the font maybe by 2, and let's put a filter on that. We won't worry about centering or anything like that. This I'll probably fast forward through, but I do like to, just for the way my eyes kind of work with data, let me go ahead and put these borders on. So we'll fast forward through. All right, and we've got all borders there. So let's go back up top. All right, so let's double click here just for the headers. And we'll well, we don't want to unhide the other ones. So this is our data here. Let's say that Micah lives in Virginia or the Maryland area. So now that we've got basically, well, before we do that, again, what we're seeing here in front of us is the records, or each row represents one SAM registration, that's an 8A, one organization. And then the columns, of course, represent the unique attributes such as the business name, the contact email, the address, the 8A exit date, etc. But we just want to see, for whatever reason, those that are near us. So let's unselect every state. We'll put a check in the District of Columbia, Maryland, North Carolina, stand up, and of course, VA right here. And then we see that 1,832 out of 5. So these 3 states in the District of Columbia have almost 37-ish% of all 8As registered there. Wow. All right. So just for eyesight, we don't really need to do it. We'll sort A to Z. And because we said that, let's select the whole table, right click on any of these, and let's change this row height to 15 to make this more manageable. But we'll see here, shortly. So it's sorted by, I think, did we do descent? No, we did ascending. So we got the District of Columbia. I'm just trying to eyeball it. A lot in Maryland. Not too many in North Carolina, to be quite honest. So probably 35% with just Virginia, Maryland, and DC. I just wanted to do that. But for the task at hand, this is really an email list, at least for that point of contact that's currently registered in SAM. So if you wanted to do your email marketing off of this, you would maybe, let's filter here on the exit date, and let's do a date filter, and let's say it's before, and what's that format? Let's do 12/31. Let's do 2026. So if you wanted to see everyone that's getting ready to exit in the next year and a half by the time of this video, then you have that here. And now we can sort this. Let's take this. Well, we'll sort. And now this one we'll do ascending, newest to oldest. Or actually, that didn't give the results I wanted. Oldest to newest. So July 1st, which was at the time of this video 4 days ago, this first organization is newly graduated. Azul Engineering LLC. Here's the POC. If you needed the address for some reason, Chevy Chase, Maryland, and the UEI. So Micah, this would be one of those organizations you wanted to reach out to. And if you wanted to do a pivot table on a different one, but these records here, 19, I don't remember if I highlighted that first row. Let me unselect that. So in July, there's 19. So these would be the ones that I would definitely be going after, really the next 3 months. Woodbridge, Virginia, right here. These are just in case, Hampton, Virginia, in case you wanted to like meet up in person or coffee. I won't say a coffee date, but offer to go out and, eat or something like that after that first email invitation. I mean, this is really kind of the power of leveraging the tools that are readily available to us, and for a specific purpose, or again, if we have a core capability or offering, like where can we go to get these tools without having to pay somebody? I mean, not saying you should always avoid paying someone, but I definitely, for 9 times out of 10, suggest learning the power of information and data that's so readily available to us today. So we saw here in less than 10 minutes, we were able to basically focus on what our niche area was, which is helping or aiding graduating 8A organizations for really what's to come, so we don't leave them hanging there on a cliff. And then, of course, with this list here, we started with the 5,021, and we still have it there. If we take all these filters off and unhide everything, they will all appear. But we wanted to then filter it down for what's more immediate and what's in our geographical area in case we wanted to do the whole setting up a meeting or anything like that. But like we said, that's the power of having a scenario or situation, power of the brain, sitting there and thinking, how can we get or obtain that data? And then, of course, using and leveraging the tools that are there. But again, let me know down in the chat if, this is a tool that you've used before. If you can see, again, this was just specific to 8A, but there's so many of those other attributes that could help you if you had another desire to do. But like I said, now you've got the point of contacts ready to go. You don't have to go pay for, some point of contacts or things like that. You can start building an email list without a newsletter, which, this is crazy in today's world to be able to get this. But like I said, talking in circles now, but if you made it to this point in the video, definitely go ahead and give this video a like if you don't mind. I want to thank each and every one of you, each and every one of you out there for rocking in here early in this channel's history. And I want to thank each and every one of you again for helping us just to continue to grow. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Peace.